Hello, I'm Marky Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and welcome to another episode of Neosland. It's the Q&A roundtable thingamajigs for the Kickstarter, so we can get this game launched and we can get our asses in the game and go PvP and kill each other. How does that sound, guys? Does that sound like something you want to do? No comment, huh?
Okay, don't hurt me.
Okay, don't hurt me. I'm probably going to have to be a pretty nice guy because my first love is being a merchant. But with that said, then, maybe I'll just have to go and place bounties on everybody who's annoying. So,
Oh, that's fantastic. Great.
Jacques, let's see. The campaign's going pretty good. We got 122 backers, at least on the last refresh of the site here. And we've made 10% of our goal in 2 days, which is awesome. And what have we got next on the list? We've got this thing here that is we have 30 rewards and we're removing one a day. The next item on the list is.
Give me one sec. The guest. No, we haven't done the guest book, have we? No.
Well, we've done the guest book. We have not done the quest book.
Quest book. I mean, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So now the quest book is something that we came up with that I really haven't seen in another game. Maybe its roots lie in another game, but the quest book. What is it?
So quest book allows players to create quests, and that's also going to be the method that we're going to be using to hand over quests between players and NPCs or whatever. So instead of having your normal quest little icon up your head and your head, the player NPC's head, that won't be there, like that type of system where you click and you go. We wanted to make it more interactive, so with the quest book, it makes it more interactive with getting in quests. We might even add in some footage that you can capture some footage of, say, for instance, in-game, and then build like your own storyline out from it and add to it and build like a full quest storyline from that. With this one that you're getting here, you'll get some special features that you won't get with other quest books that you can use, and also you can multiply it from this one. You like duplicate it.
Duplicate it. So if I make a really awesome quest and I put it in this book, and then I am able to duplicate it. Now, from what we talked about, I think that's how somebody goes and takes on the quest, is that they get a copy of the book.
Yeah.
And some of these quests, the quests we've talked about having them rated.
Yeah, they'll definitely be right there.
And so the people who are really good at quest making will then maybe be charging for their quest books, and maybe could make just a living just building quests and everything. But there could be quite a trade in these quest books.
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely be some trade in going in with the quest books, and also with functions, how to say, for instance, if you have a quest book and I have one, but I don't duplicate mine. Like duplication is when you want to put this quest book somewhere else where people can find them, where there's a different system in place where if you have a quest or somebody has a quest and you come there to get the quest, it'll transfer into a different book for you, so that you can carry it with you.
Okay. Well, that sounds interesting. And so, and the first item that was removed was horse dung, which we were all laughing about, but there is some, special properties about that horse dung that going to make our plants grow faster.
It's very sought after thing now because there's only a small amount of them in the world.
Yes, I'm going to place mine in a bag, and I'm going to put it on my neighbor's doorstep and then set it on fire. Yeah, that won't be very fun. Okay, so Saint.
Sorry,
go ahead.
One thing before we go ahead. I think a lot of people are confused about the subscription and the land and buying items in the game with real money. There's only one thing that you can buy in the game that's going to be real money, oh, sorry, two things. One is going to be whatever subscription icon we have or whatever to buy a subscription. And the other thing is going to be land properties that you can buy with real money in the game. Nothing else you can buy with real money in the game. So there's going to be no type of cash shop or anything like that. And the reason we did it with land is because it's extremely valuable commodity, and you need to do some controlling of it as well, because of there's going to be a limited amount of property available in the world in total. I mean, there'll be lots, but it's definitely going to be a limited amount of property available. Like when I say like land itself.
So if I own, say, 10 squares of land, and I paid something for that or whatever, some real life cash, and then land has become a hot commodity in the game, and so it's like going up in value because there's no land left to buy, and so people are like, well, they have to buy it from other players. Will I be able to sell it to another player, and will that be for gold, or do they have to pay cash, or?
Well, we will have two options for that. We just try and figure out the final tunes of how we're going to balance it totally, but we want to make it two options, which can be gold or coin. I mean, you have the conversion back again, right? If you're selling the whatever subscription we have, to real money, basically, there's a conversion of that as well back, right?
Yeah. So, except that nobody can cash out in the game, I would assume.
No, not yet. No.
Yeah. That's a very slippery slope, because you'll have people running lotteries in the game and other gambling establishments, playing poker, whatever, at their house that they built, and then if they're able to cash out, that could be, then you get investigated under gambling laws and everything, and that could be rough.
So what's the land when we're saying that you can buy it with my real money or player credit money? So you can sell your land back at the same price that you originally bought it for real money, or you like not to us but to another player, or you can sell it for in-game currency, which you can use in the game itself.
I mean, I can't ask 10 times the price?
Not of real currency, because that comes down to the same thing you just said, right? It's cashing out, right?
No. Is it?
Yeah, with real money.
Not if I bought it. Not if I bought it in a transaction and it went through you in the first place. It's not like winnings.
Yeah, but if you bought it for, say, $10 and it goes back and you're selling it for, say, $100, it's maybe if you bought it and you're selling it for real cash, right?
The earnings, there might be earnings issues. Like in the United States, if you were to, if it was a U.S. based company and I bought, say, 6 squares for $10 each, and then they went up to $100 each, and I sold them back, or I sold them to somebody else, if I made a $600 profit, all of a sudden a 1099 would need to come from the company for the IRS to know about this.
Yeah.
And probably want to avoid that. So,
but is that going to stop people, though? Is that going to really stop people? Like, I mean, Marky could sell me his property for 6 times the value in real cash, and if I'm stupid enough to buy it, you know what I mean? There's nothing that you, as the game developer and publisher of the game, there's nothing that you can really do against that, really. No,
sorry, I was a little confused with the system. What I was saying to you, what I meant basically is you can sell it, but you can't sell it for. Say, for instance, you go and buy it for in-game currency, and then the market value of it is a certain amount. Then you could basically sell it again. But there's a lot of things that we have to make sure that we look after it, right? To make sure it's all legal.
Okay. So. Might be opportunity for a middleman.
Yeah, exactly.
So to relieve the company of responsibility, but also to keep things safe. Okay.
What about the idea of becoming your own, real estate type of, person? You're building a bunch of houses, but you want to sell them for real cash. So if I buy like a 20 by 20 or 100 by 100 plot of land or whatever it is, and I want to divide that up into, let's say, 10 different homes, am I able to sell that one home for not $100, obviously, but sell it for maybe $5, real cash. Is that are we still falling into the same type
Yeah,
of
yeah.
idea?
Yeah.
Because I'm not making any profit on it. I'm
No,
just
no.
selling it for. I'm dividing each plot of land up.
I think that we're gonna have to do a couple of things here. One is we got to be so careful about a real cash economy outside of the game, because it has the potential to be very harmful to the game. And but at the same time, if it's what the players need and want, then we want to support that. But
Yeah.
I just want to air some caution over all of that. And anything you say here, Jacques, about what you plan on for the game, the RMT guys are going to get super excited if they think they're going to be able to make money in the game off of buying and selling. And it works for some games, and for other games, Diablo 3, it doesn't.
I was just gonna say Diablo 3.
Which they were probably the best and brightest brains all put together for doing something like this, and it failed horribly. So
Yeah, with land, it's a very fine line you have to walk. So we'll definitely be looking at, even if there's going to be land that's going to be selling, and you can sell it for real money or in-game currency, and it comes down to a point where say you're a player, we might make it that you can only buy land originally with real money, because you have to. If we do it that way, then you won't be able to buy it with in-game currency off the bat from us. You have to buy it with real money off the bat, because that way it makes it all legal to trade it, whichever. If you trade it for in-game currency and then sell it back for real money, originally it was bought with real money. That is the big thing.
Yeah. That sounds like a great solution there, Jacques. So, okay. Well, I want to explore that. I want to explore the whole thing of real money trade, but I also want to be very cautious about that too. So it can be a blessing and it can be a curse.
Yeah.
It can be a saint, or it can be an evilist overlord.
Oh, come on now, I'm not that bad.
Well, you're also not evilist overlord, so
That's true.
Yeah, and he would be very pleased that I called him evil. So, Saint, you got another one you can throw at us? His mic is not working. Must be that, because he's always so much on the ball.
Oh my goodness. I was just in shock. I was trying to give you some leeway to see where you're gonna go with that whole evil line. I was rooting for you. I was on the sidelines, like, come on, you can do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, since we're all talking about the building and the dollars and the monies and how it makes sense and everything, this is more about quality control. This is coming from Jesper107. He wants to know, since we're providing all the land mass, and the players are creating what's on this land, how do we keep up with quality control? Are you gonna be having some system as volunteer architect police, or can I run around with the magic hammer like in Wreck-It Ralph and just tap it and it crumbles?
I think that he must be worried about that house that's next to him that's fluorescent pink, and they have adorned it with hubcaps everywhere.
I'm just worried about the
grocery
house.
carts in the yard.
Well, I'm just worried about the one behind me, shaped like a penis with a fountain coming out the top.
Oh my God!
It's gonna happen.
I'd be worried about that too. I'd be worried about that too.
Well, we're definitely going to have some systems in place for that, for sure. Just like simple things, like we said before, like if you go and gather wood, and we'll have the like a security, like a policing system in place for stuff like that. But we won't make it that obvious that it's us doing it. It might be like a mob coming and then killing you, and then if you do too many damage to certain areas, or coming and filling it up again after you've done damage. Like it's a balancing act between what players are doing and then how to rebuild it, basically. So we want to bring in a type of mob system into place, and other elements that can do those things, maybe like earthquakes or stuff like that, to build up certain areas and stuff like that.
I actually like that idea. I mean, that adds a level of immersion that you haven't really seen, where you can be a GM and keep some quality control on these servers without ever breaking the immersion and messing it up for the players
Isn't
around
that
them.
funny? So the guy who has all this land and he's built this really nice house and everything, and then he builds a giant penis in his backyard, and so you cause an earthquake to happen that affects all of his land, and not only has the penis fallen over, but his house is half destroyed. Do you think that he'll try that again? It might be incentive to not do that, and kind of a creative way to take care of it.
I
To
mean,
be
with
honest,
the
he will try it again. He will try it again. I guarantee you.
I mean, if I'm next door to him, I'd probably try it just to see an army of golems come smashing into a penis. I mean, imagine how much I could record this.
Yes, well, and the next time it'll be a firestorm. It'll be meteors.
Well, if you have the money to spend and resources, then it's going to cost you.
Oh my goodness. Well, what do we really do about obscene? What do you envision here? Because if I log in one day and I see something that's very offensive, and it could be something that's not offensive to some and is offensive to others, like somebody puts a giant, builds their house in the shape of a swastika, or some other hate type of thing, or they, the giant penis, or whatever. How do you determine what's offensive to who?
It's a it's a good question. I mean, that's one that is not easily. I don't think there's any system in place that you can ever do that you can say, okay, this is going to. You're always going to have some people that's going to be happy with what you do, and some that's going to be unhappy with you do. There's absolutely no way around it. That's how it is.
And what do you do with the person who gets very frustrated and upset with you because they built their house in the shape of a naked woman, and it's very artsy like, and not anything else, maybe not so offensive, but it offends a few people, but it's art at the same time.
Yeah,
Talk
I mean,
to the person that's living behind Saint.
Yes.
I don't think anybody wants to live downwind of me when I control half the market of horse dung. Just saying.
I mean, obviously we will have some. We'll look at it and for a case-to-case situation and decide, if it's really that offensive and what we can do about it, right? But I mean, you can get somebody that says, oh, that guy put a little pot plant in front of his door, and that's offensive to me. How do you?
This is funny. My parents just joined the show to hear us talking about giant penises and naked women.
Well, that's interesting.
Yes, they're watching the
I think
show.
I
Hi,
think
Mom
there's
and
a good
Dad.
way.
Go ahead.
I think there would be a really good way to actually police this, because we've already talked about the political system and we've talked about the voting system. I mean, we could easily just implement that into, like, if they're building in a specific town or located close to a specific town. I mean, why is it that the town itself could not just vote on it, saying, this, we don't like this, we don't want to see this, take this property and move it somewhere else? Eventually, they're going to
Or
be
the
moved
mayor
all over.
The mayor might be able to take action right away, and if
Yeah, I
the
see.
mayor is
That
too
would
strict
work.
on it, then they vote him out of office. If they don't
Right.
like it, or if somebody's not doing something about it, they vote him out of office again.
See, now I have to play devil's advocate on this, though. Okay,
Yeah.
just as a streamer, you come in with a large following. You can actually tip the favor and tip that
Oh, yeah.
into your favor easily just by having your following go and vote.
That's right. It's power.
Mm-hmm.
It's power. Actors
But
have
they
the
did the
same
same-
power.
They did the same thing with Terra Online, though, with the Vanguard system. They just said, hey, come and vote me up so I can be the Vanguard of this city. I mean, that's going to happen, though. There's nothing you can really do about that.
I think that okay, so I think that this is, what should we call this? Because I think this is a really good subject for roundtable, and that's
Political debate? I don't know. Political.
Yeah,
I mean, this is a
political
political
system. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean,
This has to be because along the lines, this it all intertwines with what we're discussing in the previous show, just with the bounty hunting and the hitmen and just all that together goes. Everything is intertwined. The combat and everything is intertwined with this political system that we're aspiring to build here.
Yeah. I vote that for the guy that builds a giant penis in his backyard, that we just build a giant wall around his property,
Around him, yeah.
so that so that he can enjoy his giant penis with nobody else to see that. Right? Yes, I know, with no one else to see that.
Somebody in chat said they should spawn a bunch of crabs to attack it.
Oh my god.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
That is hilarious. We will make sure that happens.
Oh man.
Oh my. Okay, well I do though. We're gonna have to be careful with ratings as well, because there are several countries that like the European Union has a rating system, the U.S. has a rating system, and Australia has a rating system. Australia can be pretty strict over violence and the U.S. can be pretty strict over nudity, and whereas Europe, they're not so strict about nudity, but they're strict on other things like speech and stuff. So it'll be an interesting balance, and it'll make good content for our future shows once the game releases. So. Yeah. Okay. We'll have to catch some of that, some of those attacks on video.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. We've got time for probably one more question here, so pull out a good one, and we'll have to save the others for future shows.
Okay. Let me look through the list here. This actually goes inside. Wartalk already requested what type of player reporting system will be in place, but I'm guessing that would be more towards when we start doing the political system debate on show. So we're gonna have to skip through that one. Jesper had a great question regarding dungeons and the player-made dungeons. He would like to know. Are you going to be providing any support for animations, sound recordings, or just, quest dialogue to put into these dungeons to add a level of immersion?
That's interesting.
Definitely we can provide
Great question.
stuff like that. I mean, with that can link into some character created items as well, right? Where, I mean, player created content, right? So you can create some content of your own, basically, and then go through our process. And if it sounds good, we can add it in, and you can even sell that content to other players in the game, basically in the form of maybe a transcript or something like that, say for sound. And if they want to buy that and put it in their dungeon, they can use that as well.
Mm-hmm. So
many
you're
possibilities.
So you're talking about, we've talked about people making new items in the game or whatnot, but this is a new function.
Yeah.
So these new sounds and everything, and also along with that, so people who are less technical that aren't going to be, creating stuff like this, we've talked about making videos, YouTube videos, and being able to place them within your books, and being able to distribute those. And so some of the books, people who can get a video done. A basic video, because there's going to be all kinds of how-to videos come up for the game on YouTube, and so someone could make those and then link to them from the books or whatever as well. So okay, well, I think that sounds pretty exciting, and I can't wait to get into the game.
I want to get into the game.
Yeah,
I'm ready. Just waiting for it.
And I have no idea what I'm going to do yet, but the beautiful thing about our MMOs is that it's almost all real people that you're running into whenever you run into another person in game, and you can never know what they're going to do. They might put on fake glasses even.
They might.
I just want to say one thing before we go off the line. Is I saw today that we had our first a big pledge of the maximum.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. So that's
Yeah, so that's
What was
$2,100.
Somebody
Yeah.
got the 2100. Wow, there we go.
Yeah.
Congratulations to
Yeah.
that. That is
Yeah.
fantastic.
So if
That's
they
really good
have
news.
they already emailed you and said, "I want my own island"?
No, I can tell you who it was actually. Let me give you one sec.
You can. You
yeah.
sure they want that to be known?
Well,
Of course
maybe
they do.
not, yeah.
Yeah.
And they want to know the location of where their land is, and they want us
Yeah.
to know the back way into their place. They want us to know everything.
Oh, I can't. Let me see.
Are they owners of horse dung?
Yes.
Oh.
Let me see here. They certainly are. Yeah. Just got in just at the end, so it's all good. Yeah. Well,
Okay.
maybe we should keep it to ourselves, but I mean that's pretty awesome. Just
Yeah.
to say thank you. That's
They
awesome.
they can out
Somebody is
themselves.
already there.
They can out themselves, and if they want to come on the show and talk about why they felt confident enough to do so much, I'd love to have them on.
Yeah,
So
that'd be great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be-
and
yeah.
they got a lot of tiles. They can, and they're gonna be on 10 exclusive islands. So one of the 10 exclusive islands. So so they'll be first on the islands and can buy a lot of land there and build a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Now, is that
well,
120? Really, really quick. Is that 120 tiles together, or is that 120 tiles just in general around the world? Really quickly, I don't want to go into a big thing with it.
On those are going to be around the islands, on those 10 islands. So they could put them together, or they can split them up a little bit, depending on how they want to do it.
Well, congratulations to that guy. That's awesome.
Yeah. Big spender in the house.
Money maker. I'm sure of it.
So
Oh, definitely, yeah.
yeah. Okay. Well, thank you very much, everyone. And we have some shows scheduled for tomorrow. So please join us. If you didn't get your questions answered, maybe tomorrow we can. And we shall do this again. So take care, everyone, and have a good evening.
See ya.